We are the current World Cup champions. We're playing in front of 62,000 at Ellis Park on the back of a 26-10 win against a side that is nowhere. We should go into this match expecting to win comfortably, and there should be double digits in it again. And the question mark is, are they good enough to play Test rugby?
Is this group capable of causing an upset? Because it would be an upset this weekend.
If you were a betting man, would you bet against the Springboks this weekend?
Do you know the record of the All Blacks over history, though? And when it comes down to the fact when the backs are against the wall and everyone's expecting a response. And I don't believe the Springboks in some ways can play any better than they did last weekend.
And the All Blacks restores pride in the All Black jersey. In this review, I would like to look at what the All Blacks did to win this game. Number one. Number two, where did it all go wrong for the Springboks? And number three, where to from here for the All Blacks? And finally, I'll just give general comments. So, what did the All Blacks do to win this game? So there was a huge improvement from the All Blacks at the breakdown. If you compare the performance from last week's performance at the breakdown was very pedestrian, but there was a huge improvement at the speed of the players arriving at the breakdown and also the number of players being committed at the breakdown. And that helped the All Blacks to maintain ball and prevented the Springboks from stealing any turnover ball. Then also the All Blacks, they managed to match the Springboks physically. To beat the Springboks, you need to match them or exceed them physically. You can't shy away from the confrontational aspect of the game. That is where Shannon Frizzell, and I think that is where the whole forward pack came in. Ardie Sevea, all those guys, they had to man up physically. Even Sam Kane had to improve his physicality. So number one, with the physicality, the All Blacks, they ran directly at the defensive line of the Springboks. Against a rush defense, you can't play laterally. You have to at times take on the defensive line and then create the opportunities out wide after doing that. So you have to earn the right to go wide or lateral. And also with the physicality, the All Blacks also, they were very physical in the defense. There was a faster line speed from the All Black defense, and there was a more physical presence when defending against Springbok attacks. What I also must add is what the All Blacks did to win this game. I noticed that this All Black team is a very fit All Blacks team. Now, I want to say this tonight, I am not going to talk about the phenomenon of altitude on my channel again. Altitude is there, but if you are fit, then it shouldn't be a problem. Then altitude shouldn't be a problem. So it's quite clear that altitude wasn't a problem for the All Blacks. They managed to score the last 2 tries. So yeah, from my side, I won't mention altitude again in my videos. Yeah, it's something that is actually, I would say it's something that affects teams that are not on par with their fitness. But being an international team, being a professional team, you need to be fit, and with that fitness comes your management of altitude. Then from the All Blacks, players that stood out for me, most definitely Ardie Sevea. Once again, the guy stood out. Magnificent player. He is the best All Black player at this current time. Then I also want to mention the whole pack. I can't nitpick various individuals except Ardie Sevea, because it takes a whole pack of forwards to win a game against the Springboks, and I think that the All Black pack, they stood their ground, they stood their man, and they performed well under pressure. The back three, once again, I can't nitpick a specific player in the back line. I think that the back three of the All Blacks, they managed the high balls very well. They defended okay, and I would like to just give kudos to the whole back three and the back line of the All Blacks. Also a guy like Vili, I think he played a very good game, but yeah, I think the whole All Black team played decently against the Springboks today. Where did it go wrong for the Springboks? So, before the game began, it seemed as if the Springboks lost this game. And I can only say this at hindsight. The inclusion of Jesse Kriel in the team, it's clear it was an error. The inclusion of Joseph Dweba in the team was an error. And the inclusion of Dweba and Vermeulen in the team was an error. Now, all three of these guys, they didn't have much game time coming into this test match. Kriel got injured. Dweba, he missed a couple of lineouts. He wasn't on the pace of the game. Same with Dweba and Vermeulen, he was off pace. And it's quite clear that these guys, they lacked compared to the teammates. Even with the opening tackle that Jesse Kriel had to do on Caleb Clark, he missed that tackle, which led to the yellow card of Dweba and Vermeulen. So, yeah, so the inclusion of those three gentlemen was a big mistake from the Springbok selectors. Then, with the Boks lost the game was the yellow card of Dweba and Vermeulen. Now, initially, when you watch the play, some people would say that there was infringement. It's very difficult. If you go back to the incident, it's not quite clear if Dweba and Vermeulen infringed, but anyway, the yellow card was issued, and that shifted the Springbok defensive system quite a bit. And obviously for that whole first, but I think for the most of the first half, the All Blacks, they were pressuring the Springboks on attack, because obviously being a man short, and also the injury of Jesse Kriel, where Lucanio Am had to go play on the wing, and we had Vermeulen shifting to centre, and we had Valilaru at fullback. So the 6-2 split was very disruptive. I would think it's actually a risk, the 6-2 split, and in both games the risk was evident, and I think tonight it actually permeated more effectively against the Springboks. Where things also went wrong for the Springboks was at line-out time. So when Joseph Dweba came in, I know there was a line-out close to All Blacks try line. That was a very important moment in the game where the Springboks got a penalty. They went for the line out, but Dweba, he threw in the ball skew. That was a moment where the Springboks could have applied pressure on the All Blacks. And after that particular mistake, Dweba was removed from the game and Malcolm Marx came in before halftime. Obviously, with the Springboks having a very strong driving maul, they would like to throw the ball to the back of the line out, and the All Blacks at times they read it very well, and Sam Whitelock got a couple of steals from the Springbok line out. It's only when the Springboks threw the ball in front of the line out where they actually secured the ball, and where the All Blacks couldn't steal the line out ball. So the Boks, they didn't function very well at the line out, and that was the issue. And I think that's also where they probably lost the game. So players that stood out for me, number one, Lucanio Am. I mean, this guy, he is a superstar. He showed his class once again. He probably had to score a hat-trick tonight, but he was awesome. He was phenomenal. A player that stood out to me tonight as well was Ardie Pollot. He kicked his goals, and that is what the Springboks needed. Where most of the goals, I think the tries that were scored was on the edges, on the sidelines, and the guy, he nailed those kicks. So Ardie Pollot had a good showing. Obviously, barring missing a tackle or two, but in general, he had a good showing. And Dweba and Vermeulen once again showed why he's so valuable in this team. Very good player, and once again he showed his versatility, playing fullback, centre, and first receiver tonight. So Dweba and Vermeulen, excellent player. Then I would think the whole Springbok pack, they performed okay. Obviously the All Blacks rose to a level. I think the Springboks, they were maybe at the same level what they were last week, but the All Blacks, they rose to a level. So where to from here for the All Blacks? So this performance tonight and the win at Ellis Park, I think saved Ian Foster's job. I think his job is saved. I think they'll give him another chance to continue with the team, probably to continue with the championship, and see how things progress from here on. Now this is, in my opinion, this is bad news for New Zealand rugby fans. I know that the majority of New Zealand rugby fans, they want to see Ian Foster go. But with this win, I think Ian Foster, he bought himself the rugby championship to prove his worth. So Scott Robinson might accept the first good offer on the table, seeing that the win at Ellis Park brought Ian Foster a couple of games. The win against the Springboks, in my opinion, is a 1 in 5 performance that the All Blacks gave. Now, the way the All Blacks play tonight, I don't see them playing like this consistently, because they threw in their guts in this game, and I don't see this All Black team playing like this consistently. So yeah, it was a 1 in 5 performance in my opinion. They were helped by some dubious refereeing from Luke Pierce, and the Springboks not taking their scoring opportunities. So the question is, will this All Black team be able to consistently put out the performance like they did against the Springboks today? And my answer to this question is, I don't think so. Nope. This win, it's only glossing over the cracks, but I don't see the Pumas Argentina beating the All Blacks in New Zealand. I don't see it, even though the Pumas, they smacked Australia tonight, but I don't see them winning the All Blacks, and Australia losing heavily to Argentina. I don't see them also beating this All Blacks team. So yeah, I think the All Blacks, they still have issues coming up against stronger teams like your Irelands, your French, and your Springboks at the World Cup next year. If Foster is still coach, they're gonna have some problems. So my closing remarks. So in my opinion, I think that this loss was good for the Springboks. It will erase any favourite tags going into the next Rugby World Cup. And it's quite clear that the Springbok team has still stuff to work on as a team. And it will just keep them focused, not to be complacent. Because I believe if this team won the All Blacks convincingly tonight, then the Boks would have had the favourite tag written all over them for the Rugby World Cup, as well as the players might have felt a bit complacent, and we don't want to see that. A huge congratulations to the All Blacks for their win. I think they performed beautifully, they performed admirably, being under pressure, and yeah, I just want to congratulate the All Blacks and the fans for this win against the Springboks. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.